Our I-Team uncovers more evidence of a problem that affects public safety and your tax dollars.
It involves weapons many tri-state police agencies use every day. One agency sends some of its tasers off for testing and gets some disturbing results. 9 News anchor Julie O'Neill joins us live now with the I-Team's exclusive findings. Julie?
Brendan, you've heard in my reporting how experts debate the safety of these weapons, but most agree they've played a major role in protecting officers armed with them. Statistics confirm tasers have reduced injuries to police and suspects, so it's important that they work like they're supposed to. You can see why police appreciate the taser. The weapon allows them to get a person who's not complying into custody without getting too close, incapacitating them with an electrical current. But when 18-year-old student Everett Howard of North College Hill died shortly after being tased, UC police called it a tragedy. The parents devastated.
We poured so much into him. He was happy. He knew he graduated, and he knew he was going to school. And just, I feel he was snatched from us.
Nearly 6 months after Everett Howard's death, we still have no test results on the taser used in the incident and no cause of death. But the I-Team has obtained results of testing done on the UC Police Department's other tasers, and you might find them unsettling. According to the report, of the 14 tasers sent, 7 were identified as out of tolerance by the company. 4 that failed were older model M26 tasers the agency had replaced. The remaining 3 the tester failed are the agency's newer X26 tasers. One taser wouldn't fire and rebooted when the trigger was depressed, indicating a bad power connection, according to the tester. Another weapon's laser aiming and LED flashlight didn't work, and it could not be test fired because it was displaying an error code, indicating a possible circuitry or software problem, according to the tester. That prevented testing of the taser's electrical output. Another taser was out of tolerance for firing and pulse rate and could not be tested for electrical output due to firing inconsistencies. And on all 3 of these weapons, the warning labels were unreadable, something the tester says the manufacturer harps on in training because of the danger of electric shock. UC's new police chief, Mike Curtin, declined an on-camera interview on legal advice. But according to UC's report on the testing, its officers inspect and condition their tasers through what's called spark testing before each shift. And the report states they would have caught the problems found by the tester before taking the problematic tasers to the streets. The report also states that with the possible exception of one of the tasers, all of the problems would have resulted in lower or no output. Mike Leonasia with Force Technologies Institute did the testing. Why is it important to test and measure these weapons?
It's important because we need to know what this weapon is doing. And to kind of put it into context a little bit, it's not uncommon in law enforcement for us to test equipment. Radar guns are tested on a regular basis. Blood alcohol testers are tested on a regular basis.
Leonasia says tasers that put out lower or no output could put officers at greater risk than those that are overpowered because they lead to escalation of force. I recently spoke with Taser International CEO about the concern of tasers failing tests. And I've read in your literature where you say after 5 years, because of wear and tear and so forth, these weapons really need to be replaced. So don't you think they should be regularly tested for output to make sure they're within your specifications for ultimate safety?
They certainly can be. Again, it comes down to, for individual agencies, the logistics involved in doing that can be significant.
Logistics indeed. There is currently no required system or agreed upon standard in place to test tasers in the U.S., which could make doing so both confusing and costly. But there's another cost to consider. Taser International discloses on its spec sheet, which describes the weapon's output. Actual measurements on particular products may vary as a result of many factors, including factors outside Taser International's control. In other words, responsibility for the power coming out of this unregulated, untested taser rests on the police agencies using it and the taxpayers footing the bill, who can't be completely sure what's coming out of it. Taser International says it agrees with UC's report on the testing and also points out all but one of the tasers involved were more than 5 years old. In an exclusive interview with Hamilton County Coroner Anant Body, he told me he believes tasers should be regulated and regularly tested to prevent cases like Everett Howard's. He's still not ready to rule on the cause of Howard's death, but he appears to have ruled out everything but the taser. My exclusive interview with much more detail is coming up at 6.
And we look forward to that. Julie, thank you.